Hello everyone, it's May 30th, Monday, and today I'm researching Elftown since it is #1 at OpenSea today. Right off the bat, I know that this is like a derivative of Goblin Town, of course, which has been going crazy in the last couple of days. It's hit its high of like 3 Ether, which is just nuts. Since it started out as a free mint just like 2 weeks ago at this point. So, anyways, Elftown. I've got a new strategy of how to write these articles. So I'm going to start by, well, I will be answering these questions: why, what, who, when, and where during this post, while writing this post, and then I'm going to rearrange it and do the who, what, where, when, how, and why at the end. So let's start out with the why. Why am I researching this? Well, today on OpenSea, Elftown has taken the #1 spot by volume with 1.8k, well, 1.8k ETH in sales and a floor of 0.14 and climbing. What? Elftown is a derivative project of Goblintown.wtf. Who? Who? That's a good question. So I'm going to go to Elftown.wtf. I'm just taking a quick look here at the source code. Let's see here. So, they're hosting it on Squarespace. That's kind of funny. I guess they had connected to the wallet. Okay, so they had all the information there. Yeah, all Squarespace. Look at that. Squarespace. What is this image? Let's check out this image. Elftown.wtf. That's the logo at the top, as you can see it right there. Is there any JPEG? Or how about more PNGs? Yeah. So what's this one? Okay, that's the title. We got that. What's... Oh, these are just thumbnail URLs. PNG. Oh, 26. That's a lot of them. What's this one? Let's take a look at this one. See if we can glean anything from it. Hopefully it's not the Elftown thing again. It is. Was it the same? Oh no, this is CFD. It's the ending. CFD. Yep. Same one. PNG. ACE. Okay, so this is a different one. Let's see what this one is. Maybe I could just copy to here. Will that work? No. Okay, copy the whole thing, .png. Let's see what this one is. Ah, there's the background. Cool. Okay. So anyways, this is a basic site. So what? Who? Who owns this site? Well, that's a good question. How about we look at the who is on elftown.wtf. It's a who is lookup. Elftown.wtf. Registered on 5/28. It was literally registered 2 days ago on 2 cows, and redacted, so we don't know who owns it. That's okay. Almost every single new domain is like that. ns1.net. What is this? ns1.net. ns1.net. The world's leading platform for smart network control. So this is probably a web host. Get a free account. Why solutions? Let's see what they do. Network automation, application. Okay. So, am I answering who? So, I did some research on the domain name for Elftown.wtf and found that it was registered just 2 days ago and quickly was put up on a Squarespace site, of course, Squarespace site, and built. Probably even faster than that. Like literally they have made a site. They have generated these really simple PFPs out of which are elves. So where are these located? Let's check this out. So I'm going to search for the contract. Details, contract address. So here's the contract for Elftown. Let's see what the contract looks like. Maybe it's a copy of... Dang, look at that. It's not even... This contract hasn't even been verified. Usually when it's verified, you'll see the actual contents of it here, like the full source code. But since it hasn't even been verified, if you actually own the contract, you could sign in and verify it, and then it would show up all the information. This is crazy. Derivative project of Goblintown.wtf. And, yeah. Okay, so even and likely built. Well, actually, hold on. The who. Okay, registered on Squarespace. And who. Which tells me that it was some random degen that decided to see if elves would stick. If they made a free mint of it and decided to deploy their smart contract. Speaking of the smart contract, which is located here, let me link it. This is so funny. Located here, link. You'll notice that it hasn't even been verified, meaning that the source code is not visible, and this could, and that in itself, along with the Squarespace site, and should create FUD. It should. I mean, you've got this site put up in the last couple of days, unverified contract. You've got how many people on Twitter doing this Elftown stuff? Twitter, Elftown, Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Elftown.wtf. I saw it on my other computer. I think it has like 4,000 followers only. It's crazy. Look. Yeah, 4,870 with its, should create FUD. There's also, whoops, their official Twitter account also only has 4,400, I want to get this right, 4,870 followers. A far cry from Goblin Town.wtf's. The last time I checked them, they were at like 300,000. Goblin Town, is that the correct one? There are so many of these stupid fake ones now. Goblin Town. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, that's probably the right one. Is it? It might be. I think it is. 42,000. Let's just check another one just to be sure. Yeah, Goblin Town. That one's linked. That one's linked. That one's linked. But still, yeah. Nearly 10 times less, right? Yeah. Nearly 10 times less than Goblin Town's 42,000 followers. Okay, when? This project, looking at the domain name for Elftown.wtf, you can see that it was registered on May 28th, 2022. And the site was put up shortly thereafter. When did this thing, it minted today, right? I'm pretty sure it minted today. Let me check that. Hang on one second. I am in here. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure it minted just now. Let's see. Oh yeah, floor is dropping. Activity. $5.29. Woo! In a day. On May 29th, they minted all 10,000. So if they only have like 4,000 followers and they minted a day ago, I'm guessing, wow, look at that. There are 4.7 thousand owners on 10K items, meaning that on average you've got about 2 people per 2 NFTs per person, which is actually pretty impressive. They minted all 10K and currently have all 10K NFTs. And currently, they do have 10K. Yeah. Whoops. Cancel. And currently have 4.7K. Yes. Owners. So about 2 NFTs per owner, which is about standard. When? What else can I answer about when? Their Twitter profile says they joined in May, so I'm guessing that. So I'm making an educated guess that they... Oh, actually, you know what we could do? We could go here, not Goblin Town. We can go back to Elftown. And we can scroll and scroll and scroll and see when they're... Oh, 550 tweets. Oh, God. I hate it when they all, like, retweet everything. So they're just retweeting all day and they've got 500. Oh, God. May 29th. I wish you could sort Twitter by oldest tweet. Like, you should just chronologically be able to sort it differently, descending order. But no. Elon, if you're watching this, can you make this happen when you actually acquire Twitter, if you ever do? Or just anyone working at Twitter, please allow us to sort these tweets by chronological order in both directions. All right, so still looking back, May 28th. Is that the oldest one? Nothing else is loading. We are the elves, and we have come to cleanse our lands. We are coming for you, Goblin Town. Ha 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 ha. Minting now. That's amazing. Okay, so they literally... And there. Oh, forget that. On Twitter, their oldest tweet was posted on May 28th, so they are extremely new there as well. Where? Well, Elftown.wtf is available. Oh. NFTs are available on OpenSea.io. Oh, where else? Looks rare. Where else? What's some other good ones? Rareable. And other NFT marketplaces. Their website is located at Elftown.wtf. Yep. And, oh. Huh? And they can be found, let's see if I can do this, on Twitter at Elftown.wtf. So hilarious. Whoops. Okay. All right. Okay. I'll add some commentary. Why? The to do free mint, no more goblin PP, drink wine. The dark elves and the high elves, two ancient races of Carcass, have put aside their differences to conquer the greatest evil our land has ever faced, the goblin hordes. We elves shall cleanse these lands. Twitter, OpenSea, and that is all. So it looks like what they did is they essentially copied this image from somewhere. Then they put their own goblins on top. Put their own elves on top of the image, and called it a day there. And then they did this hand graphic here: drink wine, blah blah blah. So if I were to do this again, if I were to create this project, here's what I would do: I would copy the code from Goblin Town as a contract. I would deploy with I would create these NFTs, all 10,000 of them. So that's probably what would take me the longest. They were probably working on 10,000 of these for the last week or two. I mean, honestly, it doesn't take long to do this. They could probably do it in like 3-4 days. So you've got 3 or 4 days to do the NFT, the 10,000 NFTs. Then you've got another day to copy the contract from Goblin Town and deploy it same day. Make sure everything is running. They didn't even confirm it here. Then another day to make the code and upload all their information here. Does this even work? Let's see if this even works. Doesn't look like it. Come on. What is this? No, I don't need that. I don't really care about that. What is so? Takes so long. Okay. Did I not install it on this computer? Maybe not. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to create a new wallet here. Agree. Can I randomly generate a password here? I will not do this right now. I will do it later. Okay, so anyways, yeah, so I would make sure the website works, and within a day, pretty much announce the mint, and then get everyone on Elf and start retweeting like crazy. It's time. Oh, they hosted a Spaces. Join me in MySpace. Follow host. When is this going to happen? Elfscout.wtf. Okay, what's this? Joined May. The battle has begun. So this is the person that created the project, I'm guessing, 2 hours ago. Even fewer tweets here. The elves are different. Okay, so I can include that on my write-up. Who? You'll notice that there's also an Elf Scout Twitter account, and I'm guessing, oops, I'm guessing that they are the person behind the project. All right, so why? If you check out the Elftown.wtf website, you'll see that their mission is to take the goblins and stop them from being so popular and have wine. I'm sure that they're okay. In other words, this could be considered a parody NFT project. Are there many parody NFT projects? Well, the mutant apes derived from the apes, so that's not a parody. OK Bears, were there not OK Bears? So Not OK Bears was a parody account, was a parody project. I have no idea how the Not OK Bears are doing. So here we've got the OK Bears. The Not OK Bears, I remember, the Not OK Bears were on Ethereum, and the OK Bears are on Solana, so that's why. Okay, so these guys are still at 178. That's pretty good. Let's check out the Not OK. Oh, were they even removed? I think they were removed. We are not okay. Yeah. The Not OK Bears were removed. So I wonder if they're going to do anything about the Elf Towns. They did a little more work. The Not OK Bears, I remember, all they did was reverse the image. They didn't actually make new NFTs or anything. It was like a ripoff completely. This is a bit better, but what? Elftown, yeah, a parody NFT project, or maybe a spoof, an NFT spoof project. I'm gonna call it a spoof project. Spoof project of Goblin Town. Here. This actually belongs in the what section. If you check out on according on the NFT on an Elftown NFT website, their mission is to actually they have an actual mission statement here, so I'm just gonna copy that. Mint for free. No more Goblin PP. This is so dumb. I'm going to say according to their mission is to overtake the goblins and stop them from being so popular, and have wine after. In other words, this could be. Yeah, I don't need that anymore. All right, I'm going to include. Then you answer the how. How? If I were to make this project, I would have started first with the NFTs themselves, and probably taken a week to mint them, to create and generate the different traits. Let me see these traits here. So you've got the elves here, right? And let's see if they have good metadata. Background is wine, nice. Purple cloak for the body, okay. Tongue out, okay, that's cool. Greenstone head, helmet. Greenstone helmet, not really green, but okay. Spear, 15% have this trait, okay, good, whatever. And high elf. Nice. Okay, so yeah. Taking a week to create and generate the different NFT traits. Trait combos. Next, I would have copied pretty much verbatim. Well, pretty much copied pasta. Pretty much copy pasted the Goblin Town WTF smart contract and changed up the variables to point to my own NFT metadata. Next, then I would have registered the domain name and in a day, then I would have registered the domain name and the and signed up at Squarespace and created the simple website for minting and registered with Twitter, I guess 2 days before. I would have registered the domain name and signed up at well, maybe they signed up at Squarespace before that, but whatever. Created a simple website for minting and registered with Twitter. The next couple days, well, while minting was open, since they announced minting as soon as So crazy. They announced minting as soon as they got on Twitter. So it was, while minting was open, I'd just spend the whole entire day retweeting. What did they retweet anyways here? Oh man, I have to reset this. Oh, this is Elf Scout. I'm just gonna retweeting random stuff related to the project. Okay. Commentary. Well, actually, I can include my commentary here. Looking at the domain name who, you'll notice that there's, oh, I have to, so who. There's an Elf Scout Twitter account, and I'm almost certain, not even pretty sure, almost certain that they are the person behind this project. I also did some research on the domain name for Elftown and found that it was registered on Squarespace, which tells me that it was that which corroborates the fact. Corroborate? Is that the right word? Supports? Confirms, yeah. Corroborates the, not the fact, but the suspicion that some random degen decided to see if elves would stick, if they could make a quick buck, if they could make a quick buck off of elves NFTs through the same exact roadmap as the Goblin Town. Roadmap as Goblin Town. Okay. Speaking of the smart contract, if you look at the smart contract, which is located here, if you look at the smart contract, which is located here, you'll notice that it hasn't even been verified, meaning that the source code is invisible, and that in itself, along with the Squarespace site, should create FUD and all but confirm the suspicion that it was created by some random person, some random degen. Their official Twitter site their official Twitter account only has just as an additional fact, their official Twitter, you can see it was registered. Okay, so okay, great. I've got this all ordered. I guess I'll just go ahead and start rearranging it. What? And then make it more cohesive. Where? Who, what? When? Where? how. Oh, why. Okay, there we go. So I've got that in there. Okay, so can't just start out with there's an Elf Scout Twitter account. It's not Trippin' Apes. It's what am I doing here? Analyzing the Elftown.wtf NFT project. Or is it analyzing? I guess analyzing the Elftown.wtf NFT project. Okay, so I'm going to actually switch this around. So I'm going to put the Y at the top. Say, today on OpenSea, Elftown has taken the #1 spot. Okay, I'm going to put this up here. I'm actually rearranging everything. Elftown and have wine after. Actually, this is kind of cool. Well, actually, so let me correct some of this. NFTs, what? NFTs. Shortly thereafter on Square Space. Looking at the domain name, you can see that it was registered on May 28th, site shortly short after on Squarespace. May 29th, they minted all. On Twitter, their oldest tweet was posted on May 28th. They're extremely new there. They are extremely new there as well. There's an ElfScout account, and I'm almost certain that the person behind that they are the person behind this project. I also did some research on the domain name for Elftown.wtf and found that it's registered. Okay, so I can say just the fact that the site is hosted on Squarespace corroborates the suspicion that some random degen decided to see if they could make a quick buck off of elves NFTs through the exact same roadmap as Goblintown.wtf. If you look at the smart contract, which is located here, I'm not even going to say that. I'm just going to link it. Oops. I'm going to link it right. If you look at the smart contract, and I'll link that, you'll notice that it hasn't even been verified, meaning that the source code is invisible. And that in itself, along with everything else, I've mentioned should create FUD. And all but confirm should create FUD. Just as an additional fact, their official Twitter nearly 10 times less as Goblin Town's 42,000 followers. Elftown, okay, so now I'm going to say if I were making this project, this is very different from my other videos. Copy pasted Goblintown.wtf's Smart contract and changed up Squarespace. Okay. Retweeting random stuff. Random stuff related to the project. Elftowns, their website is located, and they can be found here. Cool. And then that way, I don't even need these links at the bottom. It's pretty cool. Handy. Okay, I think I'm all set. It's been about 40 minutes of research, so I'm going to try to rehearse this, get the tabs all ready, and then I will go. So I'll see you later. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.